So, as we know, up and coming, the Build Back Better plan has been on the table. And it seems like it's going to go up in flames because we have one Democrat who is not going to vote for the plan, and they have made that point verbalized. Now, with that said, the Democrats won't be able to get it through because they need all the Democrats to vote on the Build Back Better plan in order for it to go through. They need 50 votes. Joe Manchin appears that he's going to sit out. And so there's a lot of dichotomy on why this is occurring and why it shouldn't occur, but it appears that from a lot of different sources that the Democrats have blown this up for the reason why they're not able to get this done. So we'll look back here at this commentary to get some perspective.
Understand that Joe Manchin, controls this process, right, and they need his vote to even start the debate.
Yeah, and they need to be nice to him. Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. But so is the president, I'm curious, toxic for Democrat trying to win a seat or hold a seat? Poll numbers show that Americans are not happy about inflation, gas prices, immigration crisis, with the open border and the violence we've seen in the cities. So is he toxic in this next election coming up?
Well, certainly you don't want to be having the poll numbers that you do. It's always difficult for the first midterm election for an incumbent president. It's a difficult situation for any, but he's coming into this with very bad poll numbers and 54% disapproval rating. So you're going to have to see, we're going to see a lot of efforts like we saw earlier this week with him trying to reassure the public about COVID. They're coming out with this plan to put 500 million, $500 million tests out there for free for the public. We're going to see a lot of efforts on behalf of the president to sort of assure Americans that he held that under control.
So, Susan, in the last 30 seconds we saw the White House and Democrats make personal attacks against Senator Joe Manchin. Then the tone changed after chatter that Republicans would welcome him into the party. What are the odds you think he switches parties?
Well, I've actually spoken to Joe Manchin several years ago about this, and he said, there's really no chance that he's going to do so. He has a really big problem with Republicans on taxes and on other issues. I think this is a lot of wishful thinking. Of course, Mitch McConnell wants to make the overtures. He would be remiss not to do so. But I do think that Joe Manchin knows he's very comfortable in the Democratic Party. He could, if he does anything, become an independent and caucus with Republicans, and that would really hurt Democrats.
Regardless, he's in the driver's seat. Susan, thank you from Real Clear Politics. I really appreciate it. Have a good and Merry Christmas.
So as we can see there, a lot of the public are very angry about different things that have been going on with this current administration. Gas prices, inflation, and overall unhappiness with the results of how things are going and how the economy is going, and people are still extremely upset about COVID. So with that going forward, with the Build Back Better plan, Joe Manchin is not going to side with the bill. When asked if Joe Manchin is going to go towards the right, obviously we know that Joe Manchin is not going to go towards the right because he is not into right-wing politics. A lot of things he disagrees with when it comes to Republicans, and basically he is not a Republican. But he probably is the most moderate out of all the Democrats, and he understands and looks at and feels that this bill is not good at all. There's a lot of problems with it. So that's just an update into the world of the news. I'm Mr. Rembrandt, and this is Mr. Rembrandt. Make sure you subscribe, stick around, watch more videos. I have a podcast, Verbal Artwork from Mr. Rembrandt. Make sure you check it out. A lot of amazing guests there. See you in the next video.